Alright, how's everybody doing? This is Pablo with Craftees915.com, and today this is going to be my first unboxing video. I ordered this cup press from USCutter about a month ago. I got it, within 3 days, but I've been, quite busy, and I haven't had a chance to open it, so this is going to be our unboxing video of our 6-in-1 mug press from USCutter. Alright, so this box is about maybe 20 to 25 pounds. Not that heavy. In very good shape, considering that these boxes are thrown and handled very rough. Here's my packing slip. Okay, so one each. 6-in-1 mug press, standard coffee mug, latte, shot glass, all that stuff. I won't give you the price on that because you might get a different price. It's very well packed, I gotta say. Maybe too well packed. So that's the styrofoam or the foam. Here's a couple of the attachments. Here's a latte mug attachment. This looks like maybe like a 12 or 15 ounce attachment. A bigger one, like a 17 ounce attachment. The silica gel. The inspection sheet. An extra fuse. And the press itself. So if y'all remember, I gave away my 6-in-1 press that I was using to make cups. I gave that one away, and so I had to buy something else to replace it with. And so I looked at this one, read the reviews, thought it was a good deal, and so I went for it. Now with this press, there's a notice on the box, and it says original packing box required for any returns or for warranty exchange. So this box and all the packing stuff is going to be stored for a while. Even though I'm not a pack rat, I don't like to save a lot of stuff. And so there's the press. The rest of the attachments are here. And man, they did a very good job of packing everything in there. Here's another cup attachment. This one looks like a 15 ounce cup attachment. Then the standard cup attachment is there, which is like a 11 or 12 ounce attachment. And then this one looks like a shot glass attachment. And then here's another attachment. So, another shot glass attachment. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 attachments. Therefore, it's the 6-in-1. It looks pretty well built. Made out of steel. A good handle. Good cord. Let's remove the protective film from the screen. And then it's a USCutter brand, so they've got their logo right there. And so let's take this baby out for a ride. Let's see how this one works. Okay, so I'll connect this. I'll prepare an image for a cup and we'll test it out, see how that works. Okay, so one thing I noticed about this press is that it doesn't let you know when it has reached the temperature. So my old heat press, cheap as it was, would notify me with a sound when it reached the desired temperature. I set it for 385 and it already reached that temperature a couple of times and it didn't notify me of that. As a matter of fact, it went over 385 a couple of times. There you see that it's at 385 and it's not letting me know, it's not notifying me with any type of sound or anything like that. Okay, so on my old press I had a trick where I have this press set at 385 Fahrenheit for 45 seconds, and when I would press for the timer to start, I would press the timer when the temperature dropped below the 285. You know, I noticed that at 45 seconds, and I'm going to test it out. Okay, so this press, the moment that you close the press, it's counting down, down the seconds. And so I can't do that anymore. You know, before I could do it, you know, where I would press the timer once the temperature dropped below the 385. And then once the temperature reached 385 again, then the timer would start going down. On this one, it doesn't. On this one, as soon as you close the handle or the press, it's counting down, and it does tell you when it's done. You know, you can hear it. Okay, so now with 45 seconds at 385, it's not going to do much. Okay, you did notice that the temperature went down all the way to the 340s. And so at 340, that's not going to be enough temperature to sublimate this cup. And I already have the sublimation image that I'm going to use for this cup. So at 45 seconds, it's not going to do much. So then I'm going to have to change my approach and increase the time, because I know that this was a very cold cup when I inserted it, because it is a brand new cup. I didn't preheat it. I brought it right out of the box. I'm in my garage. That's where I have my shop. So you can imagine the temperatures are very cold in here, and even though we're in El Paso, it's still kind of you know, cold. And so I'm going to experiment with this press because as soon as I close this press, it has a sensor right here. And as soon as I close it, the timer starts and it starts counting down. So 45 seconds is not going to be enough for a cold cup. You know, a cup that is, you know, at, you know, 50 degrees or you know, at room temperature, you know, which right now we're in the 50s. Um, it's not going to sublimate in 45 seconds. And so I'm going to have to experiment with this. Now, the problem with that is that you well, the problem with that is that, you know, you allow yourself a greater margin of error because the temperatures are going to vary. You know, during the summer, room temperature might be, you know, 80, 90, even 100 degrees in the shop, in the garage. And so this cup is not going to be at the same temperature all the time. And so the time that it takes to reach the 385 to sublimate correctly might be shorter, might be longer, depending on the temperature of the cup. Now, there's tricks and tips, you know, that people publish. One of them is to preheat, you know, your cup and then apply your image. But then, you know, that requires, you know, you working with a hot substrate, which is not very comfortable. And so we're going to run through some experiments. I know there's going to be some variances. I know there's going to be some mistakes. I know that because of that, there's going to be some cups that are going to be overcooked. There's going to be some that are undercooked, depending on the time that I'm giving it. And so this shouldn't take too much time to figure out, you know, now. But I wish that this press had that feature of you know, not starting the counter until it reached the temperature. That, you know, because with my other press, I didn't have any problems sublimating cups. I mean, I had very minimal mistakes. The mistakes that I had with the other press were sometimes where I didn't apply enough tape. You know, the image wasn't, or the transfer wasn't too tight. You know, things like that. But as far as temperature and time, I never had any problems with that. So this is going to be, this worries me because temperatures, room temperature fluctuates depending on, of course, the room. And so we'll run a couple of tests and we'll see how this works. Okay, so here goes nothing. I set my temperature at 385. I set my timer for 150 seconds. My pressure is at medium. Because you are subbing, you don't want too much pressure. And there we go. So it's counting down to 150 seconds. Once this is done, we'll come back. Okay, so it's 150 seconds later. We'll set it aside. Let it cool down a little bit before I take off the tape. and we'll see if that works. I'm looking at this and the paper doesn't look too burned, so hopefully that works. Okay, so I let it cool down for a few seconds. And there we go. A beautiful transfer. So at this temperature, (385) for 150 seconds seems to be the magic time for this. There's a little bit of ghosting right there on the top. That's a little bit of ghosting, and that's mainly due to there, right there, a little bit of ghosting on the top, and that's mainly due to me not taking the paper off immediately, and so you'll get some ghosting if you just let it sit for a while. It could be that, it could be that I didn't place the transfer tight enough, but overall a good transfer. Okay, so our new machine is working. It's doing well. I think I'm going to have a few more tries to get perfect transfers, just like I used to have with my old cheap heat press. But I like the fact that it comes with 6 attachments. I can do shot glasses, I can do latte mugs now, instead of just the normal 11-ounce and 15-ounce mugs. I can do a lot more. One of the things that I want to test out, because I do have a white toner laser printer and I can do laser transfers. I sell transfers for cups, for leather, for wood, for t-shirts, for garments. But I myself have never pressed onto any other color mug that's not white sublimation. There are hard surface transfers for the white toner laser printer, and I plan to get this mug decorated with something like that. And so we'll see if that works, and I'll do that on my next video. Thank you very much. If you have any questions, if you want me to do videos of other processes, other things, let me know, and I'll be more than glad to help you. I have a couple of videos that I promised some subscribers that I will get to, but I needed to open this baby up and start working on it, because I have some cup orders that I'm way behind in and I need to get them done. So thank you for watching, and please hit the subscribe button, and happy crafting.